Check this out, y'all. A3 restriction. This is silly. This doesn't make no sense in the world. Wow. Let's get to the video. YouTube, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the channel, CDL Talk TV. I'm CDL Said, back again with another video, straight to the point. Big Smitty, if you watching this video, tap in, man. Tap in. We got to chop it up. Because I remember me and you was talking about this on one of the videos that I did. I think it was about the DOT medical card. And you tapped in with me on that. You were saying that you just moved from New York. You're down there in Georgia doing your thing, your CDL. But down there, where you're at, you don't need a medical card. You don't have to have that medical card on you. Okay? Tap in with me on that, because this video here, I'm talking about the A3 restriction. And how stupid it is, and how it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Okay? A3 restriction, what they trying to say is some people will have the restriction, some people won't have the restriction. What I'm trying to figure out is, how do you decide, how does the state decide who gets the restriction, who doesn't? Make this make sense to me. Not hating, because I don't think nobody should have a restriction like an A3 restriction on their license. When you go to take your DOT medical at a DOT office, right? See a DOT doctor, and you pass the physical, right? You pass the physical. They check your pressure. They check your eyes. They tell you to lift the weight, do a backflip, do a cartwheel, roll down the stairs, whatever they want you to do, and say, okay, yeah, you pass. And they give you 5 pages, a 5-page thing that they give you, that you have to turn into your job, and you have to send upstate to the DOT certificate division or whatever upstate, right? And then they give you a little card that you're supposed to keep with you. That's your DOT card, right? Once you pass the physical, and you turn in a copy to your job, and you send a copy upstate, and a DMV gets one or whatever, that should be it. The state knows you passed your physical. Your company know. No one should have to carry a DOT medical card. Unless you are going over the road. If you're local in New York City, or New York State, period, you're local, you live upstate, wherever you at in New York, right? And you have your CDL license. Whether you're doing deliveries, whether you're driving a school bus, whether you're driving a coach bus, or whatever you're doing with a CDL vehicle, and you're just in New York State, you should not, none of us should have to carry a DOT card, period. I've been driving out here for 10 years. Trucks, buses, whatever, 10 years. I have never got pulled over driving to a school by the police or state troopers, the FBI, federal agents, anybody say, hey, pull over, let me see your DOT card and your license. It hasn't happened once locally in New York State. Now, if you're going over the road now and you're going state to state, okay, now this has happened to me when I went down to Philly years back, and I was working for a limousine company. It was a party bus that I was driving, and I was going down there to do a wedding, all right? And the cops down there had all these buses and trucks pulled over because we was all out of state, right? We was all out of state, and they was asking us to see our DOT medical cards. And they was asking us to see our license. They was checking the bus to make sure the insurance, registration, everything. They were checking emergency windows. They was doing like a pre-trip on all those trucks and buses to make sure everything was up to date. We was official out there. That's a different story. You're going out of state. Of course, you have to have everything on deck. Insurance, registration, DOT card, license, everything on that bus has to be, highway permits. Everything has to be on point. That's understood. You're going from state to state. You're driving from New York all the way to Cali type stuff. You're driving from New York all the way to Delaware, Philly, Baltimore. I can understand that. You're going to Florida. That's understood. But you driving locally in New York State, where you're from, no one should have to carry a DOT card. No one. But then they're going to decide who has to carry and who doesn't. Okay, so you're going to have the A3 restriction, but you 3 guys over there, no, you don't need it. How does that make any sense in the world? Big Smitty, tap in with me. Or anybody out there that's aware of what I'm talking about, has some kind of clarity on this, some understanding on this, tap in with me, because it don't make no sense to me in the world. I understand about restrictions. Licenses need to have restrictions. Good example. You go to a driving school and you take your road test on an automatic. You cannot drive a manual transmission vehicle. That's stick shift. You need to take a road test in a vehicle that has a manual transmission, or you will have that restriction on your license. In other words, you're not allowed to drive a manual transmission vehicle unless you take a road test in a manual transmission vehicle. But that all makes sense in the world, because those are gears and you have to shift. You have to know what you're doing. You don't want to be on a hill, a steep hill or something, and you shifting the gears and you don't know what gear to put it in, and the damn truck rolls backwards and starts smashing up all the cars behind you. I can understand that. So you have to take a road test in that type of vehicle, to be able to operate that kind of vehicle. And if you don't, you're going to have that restriction. So I can understand why it's important that they put certain restrictions on licenses. But the dumb ones, like the A3 restriction, is the stupidest. Forget it, man. I'm about to get mad and I'm gonna break something on my bus behind us. I don't want to do this because it don't make no sense to me. And I know y'all like, yo, why you getting all heated? Because it don't make no sense. How do you determine who gets the A3 restriction and who doesn't? It sounds like that A3 restriction is like one of those good restrictions. Like that's one less thing you have to worry about when it comes to having your CDL. We got to worry about taking our DOT physicals once a year, every 2 years, right? We have to worry about keeping our license up to date, right? We have to worry about going in for training with our companies here and there, refresher classes and all that. I mean, if you have hazmat, you have to worry about, keeping your hazmat endorsement updated. Make sure that you pay the fee every year, every 2 years. We got enough stuff to worry about when it comes to us having our CDLs. A lot of us got to do random drug testing and things like that. So we got a lot to worry about when it comes to having to keep our CDL up to date and with no issues on it. We have a lot to deal with and worry about when it comes to our CDLs. So if you don't have to worry about the A3 restriction, carrying a DOT card, that's one less thing you got to worry about, which is good. I'm just trying to figure out how they determine who carries it and who don't. I don't get it, man. A3 restriction. Some people may have the restriction, some don't. They are exempt from having to carry a DOT card. Okay. New York State is off the hook, man. What was some old goofy, weird, pecking neck dude up there in the offices at the DOT department up there, the medical department, just coming up with stuff? Hey, Chico, Billy Joe, what do you think about the A3 restriction? He looking at it, what, A3 what? Yeah, I just thought of that, man. We shouldn't make a law. Put it on somebody's license. I'm bored right now, I ain't got nothing to do, but I just came up with that. What do you think? That's what they sit up in these offices doing, just coming up with new laws and rules and regulations and stuff. A3 restriction. What will they come up with next, man? Like I said a minute ago, I can understand licenses having restrictions, but some of these, it's just stupid. Wow. I don't know, man. Y'all tapping with me. Y'all let me know. Maybe y'all may be able to shed some light on this. Y'all might be able to make it make sense to me, because it doesn't make any sense to me at all. It really don't. I'm sorry. You and y'all have to have the A3 restriction. But you over here, yeah. You ain't got to get it. You ain't got to have it. But y'all, you got it. What? You go to driving school, right? And you pass your road test, right? You get your CDL license, whether it's in a truck, a bus, trailer, whatever, right? Right after that's done, What the DMV says you're going to have an A3 restriction? What the driving school determines that? What? Your job? Your company says, oh, you're going to have who? Who? What? Wait, who? How? Now, if you're talking about a Class C, man, put restrictions all over that. Who cares? Who cares? A3, A1, A2, Z5, Z9, Z54, A13, ZPG, LMNOP. Put it all on that license. Who cares what they do with that? I'm talking about a Class A or B CDL license. Y'all shouldn't be out there playing with those licenses, playing games with people. You got the A3, but you don't. Don't play with us. This ain't for play over here. A3 restriction. Stupid. Me and you standing side by side. Me and you got the same license. Same license. But I got the A3 restriction and you don't? We got the same license though. Anyway, y'all tapping with me? Hit me up in the comment section. If y'all could shed some light on this, because I'm just confused. That's all it is now. I'm confused. I don't understand. Maybe y'all out there may understand. I don't know everything. I'm out here just figuring the game out just like y'all. When I got my CDL way back, there wasn't no A3 restriction. I never even heard of it. All of the stuff that's out today, I never even heard of. ELDT training, that just came out 2 years ago. Don't nobody know nothing about none of this stuff. ELDT training, whatever. I don't know nothing about this stuff. They making all y'all new CDL drivers, CDL holders deal with all this mess, spend more money, whatever. It's crazy. Crazy. So y'all hit me up in the comment section. Y'all let me know. Yo, CDL said, this is what that A3 is about. This is what that restriction do to you. This is that. This is why they put that out there. Upstate came up with that. The local DMV came up with that. Your company came up with that. Y'all let me know. I don't know. But I'm going to tell y'all this. It's stupid. Now, I'm going to sleep. Salute. Subscribe, like, share. I'll check y'all when I wake up. Peace.